God give us Christian homes, homes where the Bible is loved and taught, homes where the Master's will is sought, homes crowned with beauty your love has wrought. God give us Christian homes. God give us Christian homes. God give us Christian homes. Homes where the Father is true and strong, homes that are free from the blight of wrong, homes that are joyous with love and song. God give us Christian homes. God give us Christian homes.
Okay, welcome everybody. Good evening. Today is the day the Lord has made, that we shall rejoice and be glad in it. And we are commencing now without any further delay. I want to begin the word of prayers. Today we're reading Judges 6, 7, 8, and 9, the 4 chapters for the day. Let's begin with the word of prayer. Thank you, Father.
God give us Christian homes,
From tomorrow,
homes where the mother in caring quest strives to show others your way is best. Homes where the Lord is an honored guest. God give us Christian homes. God give us Christian homes. God give us Christian homes. Homes where the children are led to know Christ in His beauty, who loves them so. Homes where the altar fires burn and glow.
I want to put off the music even for now. I've done that already, but I actually paused it. So we are commencing. Okay, please a few seconds, and then I share the live video on to my immediate contacts. So I'm almost there. Please pardon me. Okay, I've done that. So at this point, we think we can actually proceed without any further delay. Okay, so let's go. Let's read again from verse 1. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord delivered them into the hand of Midian 7 years. And the hand of Midian prevailed against Israel, and because of the Midianites, the children of Israel made them the dens which are in the mountains, and the caves and strongholds. And so it was when Israel had sown that the Midianites came up, and the Amalekites and the children of the east, even they came up against them, and they encamped against them, and destroyed the increase of the earth, till thou come unto Gaza, and left no sustenance for Israel, neither sheep, nor ox, nor ass. For they came up with their cattle and their tents, and they came up as grasshoppers for multitude, for both they and their camels were without number, and they entered into the land to destroy it. And Israel was greatly impoverished because of the Midianites, and the children of Israel cried unto the Lord. And it came to pass, when the children of Israel cried unto the Lord because of the Midianites, that the Lord sent a prophet unto the children of Israel, which said unto them, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, I brought you up out of Egypt, I brought you up from Egypt, and brought you forth out of the hand of bondage, and I delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hands of all that oppressed you, and drave them out from before you, and gave you their land. And I said unto you, I am the Lord your God. Fear not the gods of the Amorites, in whose land ye dwell, but ye have not obeyed my voice. And there came an angel of the Lord, and sat under an oak tree which was in Ophrah, that appertained unto Joash the Abiezrite, and his son Gideon threshed wheat by the winepress, to hide it from the Midianites. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him, and said unto him, The Lord is with thee, thou mighty man of valor. And Gideon said unto him, O my Lord, if the Lord be with us, why then is all this befallen us? And where be all his miracles which are and where be all his miracles which our fathers told us of, saying, Did not the Lord bring us up from Egypt? But now the Lord has forsaken us, and delivered us in the hands of the Midianites. And the Lord looked upon him, and said, Go indeed thy might, and thou shalt save Israel from the hand of the Midianites. Have not I sent thee? And he said unto him, O my Lord, wherewith shall I save Israel? Behold, my family is poor in Manasseh. I am the least in my father's house. And the Lord said unto him, Surely I will be with thee, and thou shalt smite the Midianites as one man. And he said unto him, If now I have found grace in thy sight, then show me a sign that thou talkest with me. Depart not thence, I pray thee, until I come unto thee, and bring forth my present, and set it before thee. And he said, I will tarry until thou come again. And Gideon went in, and made ready a kid, an unleavened cake of an ephah of flour. The flesh he put in a basket, and he put the broth in a pot, and brought it out unto him under the oak, and presented it. And the angel of the Lord said unto him, Take the flesh and the unleavened cake, and lay them upon this rock, and pour out the broth. And he did so. And the angel of the Lord put forth the end of the staff that was in his hand, and touched the flesh and the unleavened cake, and there arose up fire out of the rock, and consumed the flesh and the unleavened cake. Then the angel of the Lord departed out of his sight. And when Gideon perceived that he was an angel of the Lord, Gideon said, Alas, O Lord God, for because I have seen an angel of the Lord face to face. And the Lord said unto him, Peace be unto thee, fear not, thou shalt not die. But then Gideon built an altar there unto the Lord, and called it Jehovah Shalom. Unto this day it is yet in Ophrah of the Abiezrite. And it came to pass the same night that the Lord said unto him, Take thy father's young bullock, even the second bullock of 7 years old, and throw down the altar of Baal that thy father has, and cut down the grove that is by it, and build an altar unto the Lord thy God upon the top of this rock in the ordered place, and take the second bullock, and offer a burnt offering with the wood of grove which thou shalt cut down. And Gideon took 10 men of his servants, and did as the Lord had said unto him. And so it was, because he feared his father's household, that the men of the city, that he could not do it by day, that he did it by night. And when the men of the city arose early in the morning, behold, the altar of Baal was cast down, and the grove was cut down, that was by it, and the second bullock was offered upon the altar which was built. And they said one to another, Who has done this thing? And when they inquired and asked, they said, Gideon the son of Joash has done this thing. And then the men of the city said unto Joash, Bring out thy son, that he may die, because he has cast down the altar of Baal, and because he has cut down the grove that was by it. And Joash said unto all that stood against him, Will ye plead for Baal? Will ye save him? He that will plead for him, let him be put to death while it is yet morning. If he be a god, let him plead for himself, because one has cast down his altar. Therefore in that day he called him Zerubbabel, saying, Let Baal plead against him, because he has thrown down his altar. Then all the Midianites and the Amalekites and the children of East were gathered together and went over and pitched in the valley of Jezreel. But the Spirit of the Lord came upon Gideon, and he blew the trumpet, and Abiezer was gathered after him. And he sent messengers throughout all Manasseh, who also was gathered after him. And he sent messengers unto Asa, and unto Zebulun, and unto Naphtali. And they came up to meet him. And Gideon said unto God, If thou wilt have Israel, if thou wilt save Israel by my hand, as thou hast said, behold, I will put a fleek of wool in the floor, and if the dew be on the fleek only, and if it be dry upon all the earth beside, then shall I know that thou wilt save Israel by my hand, as thou hast said. And it was so, for you arose up early in the morning and thrust the fleek together, and wringed the dew out of the fleek, a bowl full of water. And Gideon said unto God, Let not thy anger be hot against me, and I will speak but these ones. Let me prove, I pray thee, but these ones with the fleek. Let it be dry only upon the fleek, the fleece, and upon all the ground let there be dew. And God did so that night, for he told you a thing. God can make choice of you, and by you lift you up, by you lift your family, by you lift your lineage, by you lift your generation, by you become a blessing to all and sundry in your community, in your country. Don't look down on yourself. And if he makes you a promise and you don't seem to, and if he makes you a promise, he gives you allowance. He gives you allowance to try the promise. He gives you allowance to be sure that you understood what he said. He is faithful. He's not afraid of God. Is not afraid of you asking him, Lord, can you please confirm it? He's not afraid of you saying, can you please confirm it? So when God tells you a thing concerning marriage, who to marry, concerning what to go into, concerning what to get involved in, please take note. He's not afraid of you saying, Lord, can you please? He's not afraid of you doubling down on his word. He's not afraid of you saying, Lord, please, can you make it clearer? Please, just to be sure that it's not my mind that made this up. Can you please do this again? Ask him of a sign. Oh yes, he's a God of signs and wonders. Ask him of a sign. He's a God of signs and wonders. Ask him of a sign and a wonder to confirm his word, to confirm the direction that came your way, for which you are not sure of, and he will show up. God is your Father. He is faithful. Let's move to the next chapter, 7 verse 1. Then Jerubbaal, who is Gideon, and all the people that were with him rose up early and pitched beside the wall of Harod, so that the host of the Midianites were on the north side of them by the hill of Moreh in the valley. And the Lord said unto Gideon, The people that are with you are too many for me to give the Midianites into thy hand, lest Israel vaunt themselves against me, saying, My own hand has saved me. Now therefore go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, Whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead. And they returned of the people 20 and 2,000, and there remained 10,000. And the Lord said unto Gideon, The people are yet too many. Bring them down to the water, and I will try them for thee there. And it shall be that of whom I say unto thee, that this shall go with thee, the same shall go with thee, and of whomsoever I say unto thee, this shall not go with thee, the same shall not go. Okay, so verse 5. Okay. Verse 5, so he brought down the people into the water, and the Lord said unto Gideon, Everyone that lappeth of the water with his tongue, as a dog lappeth, him shalt thou set by himself. Likewise, everyone that boweth down upon his knee to drink. And the number of them that lapped, putting their hand to their mouth, were 300 men, but all the rest of the people bowed down upon their knees to drink water. And the Lord said unto Gideon, By 300 men that lapped will I save you, and deliver the Midianites into thy hand, and let all other people go, every man unto his place. So the people took victuals in their hand and their trumpets, and he sent them all. He sent all the rest of Israel, every man unto his tent, and retained those 300 men, and was beneath him in the valley. And it came to pass that the same night the Lord said unto him, Arise, get thee up into the host, for I have delivered it into thy hand. But if thou fear to go thou with Purua thy servant down to the host. Purah thy servant down to the host, and thou shalt hear what they say, and afterward shall thy heart be strengthened to go down unto the host. Then went he down with Purah his servant unto the outside of the armed men that were in the host. And the Midianite and the Amalekite and all the children of the east lay among in the valley like grasshopper for multitude, and their camels were without number as the sand by the sea, by the seaside for multitude. But and when Gideon was come, behold, there was a man that told a dream unto his fellow and said, Behold, I dreamed a dream, and lo, a cake of barley bread tumbled into the host of the Midian, and came into unto a tent, and smote it that it fell, and overturned it that the tent lay along. And his servant answered and said, This is nothing else save the sword of Gideon, the son of Joash, a man of Israel, for into his hand has God delivered Midian and all the host. And it was so when Gideon heard the telling of the dream and the interpretation thereof, that he worshipped and returned unto the host of Israel and said, Arise, for the Lord has delivered into your hand the host of Midian. And he divided the 300 men into 3 companies, and he put a trumpet in every man's hand, and with empty pitchers and lamps within the pitchers. And he said unto them, Look on me and do likewise. And behold, when I come to the outside of the camp, it shall be that as I do, so shall ye do. When I blow the trumpet, and all that are with me, then blow ye the trumpet also on every side of all the camp, and say, The sword of the Lord and of Gideon. So Gideon and the 100 men that were with him came onto the outside of the camp in the beginning of the middle watch, and they had put newly set of watch, and they blew the trumpet and break the pitchers that were in their hands. And the 3 companies blew the trumpet and break the pitchers, and held the lamps in their left hand and the trumpet in their right hand to blow without. And they cried, The sword of the Lord and of Gideon. And they stood every man in his place round about the camp, and all the host ran and cried and fled. And the 300 blew the trumpet, and the Lord set every man's sword against his fellow, even throughout all the hosts. And the host fled to Bethshita in Zererat, and to the border of Abel Meluha, unto Tabat. And the men of Israel gathered themselves gathered themselves together out of Naphtali, and out of Asher, and out of all Manasseh, and pursued. And the men of Israel gathered themselves together out of Naphtali, and out of Asher, and out of all Manasseh, and pursued after the Midianites. And Gideon sent messengers throughout all Mount Ephraim, saying, Come down against the Midianites, and take before them the waters unto Bethbara and Jordan. Then all the men of Ephraim gathered themselves together and took the waters unto Bethbara and Jordan. And they took 2 princes of the Midianites, Oreb and Zeb, and they slew Oreb upon the rock Oreb, and Zeb they slew at the winepress of Zeb, and pursued Midian, and brought the heads of Oreb and Zeb to Gideon on the other side Jordan. Hallelujah. We give God the glory. God can choose to work with multitude. He can choose to work with the little. What is important is that please, in every journey of life, always ask God for strategy. Always ask Him for strategy. Scale up your enterprise. The skills you need to succeed in the skills that are required for you to excel in that arm you find yourself, the business front, the economic front, the ministerial front, everything you need, every skill you need, please hone yourself, hone your skills, skill for ministry, skill for business, skill for enterprise, skill for communication, leadership skill. Please hone all of them. But as you hone all of them, please present all of them before God in prayers as your trophies. Tell the Lord, I have done that which I should do, but I bring before you all that I am, and all that I have. Give me strategy. Give me strategy. Give me strategy. Okay, God, give me strategy. Give me your word. Tell me what to do per time. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. Tell me how to do. Tell me when to do. Tell me the what. Tell me the how. Tell me the when. Tell me the where. Tell me. God is faithful. God speaks when you ask. He speaks many a time when you ask. He said, if you call on me, I will answer you. And even the day of trouble. He said, if you ask, you shall receive. So let's do the work of asking, of seeking, of finding, and he will do the work of responding, opening the door, and making himself available unto us. I want to assure you, victory is certain. Victory is certain for you, a child of God. The third one for the day, let's quickly go through it. And the men of Ephraim said unto him, why hast thou served us thus, that thou collect us not? When thou went with the Midianites, and they did chide with him sharply. And he said unto them, what have I done now in comparison of you? Is not the gleaning of the grapes of Ephraim better than the vintage of Abiezer? God has delivered into your hands the prince of Midian, Oreb and Zeb, and what was I able to do in comparison of you? Then their anger was abated toward him when he had said that. And Gideon came to Jordan and passed over, he and the 300 men that were with him faint, yet pursuing them. And he said unto the men of Succoth, give, I pray thee, loaves of bread unto the people that follow me, for they be faint, and I am pursuing after Zebah and Zalmunna, king of Midian. And the princes of Succoth said, are the hands of Zebah and Zalmunna now in thy hand, that we should give bread unto thy army? And Gideon said, wherefore, when the Lord has delivered Zebah and Zalmunna into my hand, then I will tear your flesh with the thorns of the wilderness and their bears. And he went up thence to Penuel and spake unto them likewise. And the men of Penuel answered him as the men of Succoth had answered him. And he spake also unto the men of Penuel, saying, when I come again in peace, I will break down this tower. And now Zebah and Zalmunna were in Karkor, and their hosts with them about 15,000 men, all that were left of all the hosts of the children of the east. For there fell 120,000 men that drew sword. And Gideon went up by the way of them, and that dwelt in the tent on the east of Nobah and Jogbeha, and smote the host, for the host was secure. And when Zebah and Zalmunna fled, he pursued after them and took the two kings of Midian, Zebah and Zalmunna, and discomfited all the host. And when Joash returned from battle before the sun was up, and Gideon the son of Joash returned from battle before the sun was up, and caught a young man of the men of Succoth, and inquired of him, and described unto him the princes of Succoth, and the elders thereof, even 70 men, that is 77 men. His score is 20. So 3 score is 20 times 3, which is 60 plus 17, 77 men. Okay. And he came unto the men of Succoth and said, behold, Zebah and Zalmunna, with whom ye did upbraid me, saying, are the hands of Zebah and Zalmunna now in thy head, now in thy hand, that we should give bread unto them that are weary? And he took the others of the city and the horns of the wilderness and bear, and with them he taught the men of Succoth. And he beat down the towers of Penuel and slew the men of the city. Then said he unto Zebah and Zalmunna, what manner of men were they whom ye slew at Tabor? And they answered, as thou art, so were they. Each one resembled the children of a king. And he said, they were my brethren, even the sons of my mother. As the Lord liveth, if ye had saved them alive, I would not slay you. And he said unto Jephthah his firstborn, up and slay him. But the youth drew not his sword, for he feared, because he was yet a youth. Then Zebah and Zalmunna said, arise thou and fall upon us, for as the man is, so is his strength. So is his strength. And Gideon arose and slew Zebah and Zalmunna, and took away the ornaments that were on their camels' necks. Then the men of Israel said unto Gideon, rule thou over us, both thou and thy sons, and thy sons' sons also, for thou hast delivered us from the hand of Midian. And Gideon said unto them, I will not rule over you, neither shall my son rule over you. The Lord shall rule over you. And Gideon said unto them, I would desire a request of you, that you would give me every man the earring of his prey. For they had golden earrings, because they were Ishmaelites. And they answered, we willingly give them. And they spread the garment, and did cast therein every man the earring of his prey. And the weight of the golden earring that he requested was 1,700 shekels of gold, beside the ornament and collars and purple raiment that was on the kings of Midian, and beside the chains that were about their camels' necks. And Gideon made an effort thereof, and put it in his city, even in Ophrah, and all Israel went thither a whoring after it, which thing became a snare unto Gideon and to his house. Thus was Midian subdued before the children of Israel, so that they lifted up their head no more, and the country was in quietness 40 years in the days of Gideon. And Zerubbabel son of Joash went and dwelt in his own house. And Gideon had threescore and ten sons of his body begotten, for he had many wives. Gideon had threescore and 10 sons. Gideon had 70 sons from his loins, for he had many wives. And his concubine that was in Shechem, she also bare him a son, whose name he called Abimelech. And Gideon the son of Joash died in a good old age, and was buried in the sepulchre of Joash his father, in Ophrah of the Abiezerites. And it came to pass, as soon as Gideon was dead, the children of Israel turned again and went a whoring after Baalim, and made Baal-berith their god. And the children of Israel remembered not the Lord their God, who had delivered them out of the hands of all their enemies on every side. Neither showed they kindness to the house of Zerubbabel, namely Gideon, according to all the goodness which he had showed unto Israel. The last chapter for the day, let's read. And Abimelech the son of Zerubbabel went to Shechem unto his mother's brethren, and communed with them, and with all the house of his and with all the family of the house of his mother's father, saying, Speak, I pray you, in the ears of all the men of Shechem, whether it be better for you, either that all the sons of Zerubbabel, which are 70 persons, reign over you, or that one reign over you. Remember also that I am your bone and your flesh. And his mother's brethren speak of him in the ears of all the men of Shechem all these words, and their hearts inclined to follow Abimelech, for they said, He is our brother. And they gave him 10 pieces of silver out of the house of Baal-berith, wherewith Abimelech hired vain and light persons which followed him. And he went unto his father's house at Ophrah, and slew his brethren the sons of Zerubbabel, being 10 persons, upon one stone. Notwithstanding, yet Jotham the youngest son of Zerubbabel was slain, for he hid himself. And all of Shechem gathered together, and all the house of Milo, and went and made Abimelech king by the plain of the pillar that was in Shechem. And when they told it to Jotham, he went and stood in the top of the Mount Gerizim, and lifted up his voice, and cried and said unto them, Hearken unto me, ye men of Shechem, that God may hearken unto you. The trees went forth on a time to anoint a king over them, and they said unto the olive tree, Reign thou over us. But the olive tree said unto them, Should I leave my fatness wherewith by me that they honor God and man, and go to be promoted over trees? And the tree said to the fig trees, Come down and reign over us. But the fig tree said unto them, Should I forsake my sweetness and my good fruit, and go to be promoted over the trees? Okay. Then said the trees unto the vine, Come down and reign over us. And the vine said unto them, Should I leave my vine which cherisheth God and man, and go to be promoted over the trees? Then said all the trees unto the brambles, Come down and reign over us. And the brambles said unto the trees, If in truth ye anoint me king over you, then come and put your trust in my shadow. And if not, let the fire come out of the bramble and devour the cedars of Lebanon. And therefore, if ye have done fully and sincerely in that ye have made Abimelech king, and if ye have dealt well with Zerubbabel and his house, and have done unto him according to the deserving of his hands, for my father fought for you, and adventured his life far, and delivered you out of the hand of Midian. And he had risen up against my father's house this day, and have slain his sons, 70 sons, upon one stone, and have made Abimelech the son of his maidservant king over the men of Shechem, because he is your brother. If ye then have dealt truly and sincerely with Zerubbabel, and with his house this day, then rejoice in Zerubbabel, in Abimelech, and let him also rejoice in you. But if not, let fire come out from Abimelech and devour the men of Shechem and the house of Milo, and let fire come out of the men of